Welcome to the Sheepless Life podcast. We are your hosts, Ivonne Delaflor
and Séverine Naessens, and we are the founders of the Sheepless Life Academy. Join us at sheeplesslife.com for a free and exclusive masterclass on sheepless living.
We created this podcast for women like you, who are ready and eager to live and lead without the herd mentality.
Women who are ready to be, not who your parents told you to be.
Not who the system expects you to be.
Not who the media wants you to be.
But who you can truly become.
So relax, step out of the herd for a moment,
grab something to sip on, and have a pencil at hand just in case you feel the urge to take some notes.
Let's get the show on the road.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is you're tuning into this podcast number 50 of the Sheepless Life Academy. That being said, that means that this is actually our podcast 100, as we do 50 in English and 50 in Spanish. So welcome to almost an entire year of podcasting. We're very honored to say hello to you. This is Séverine Naessens from Cancun, and on the other side, I have the amazing Ivonne Delaflor from Vegas. Hi, Ivonne.
Hello. Can you hear me well and everything?
Yes. Loud
I'm
and
excited
clear.
for the topic. I'm excited for the topic of today.
Me too.
I know that our image, I do want to talk about our image because it looks like a very scary hand, like that movie Psycho. Remember that movie of like the woman? I don't remember what is that Psycho, that the woman was coming with a knife, like
So where she's in the shower, one of Hitchcock's movies, right?
Exactly. Exactly. So, but what I want to tell people is we have first, congratulations to you and me, Séverine, for for building little by little, contributing a movement. We're excited. This is our 50th podcast in English. Not officially 100, but we have 100 podcasts because we have 50 in English and 50 in Spanish. But this is the 50th mini micro, not anniversary, but I guess podcastari, podcastversary. And the topic of today is one that I'm super committed to teach others, to live myself, to embody. And it's really scary, like the image of the promotion of the podcast today. And it's really scary. Let me tell you why. Because it's the word no. And Sebe, you'll share a little bit your experience first, because then I do want to take the opportunity of the podcast. This is a principle I teach in a modality called transcendental rebirthing. Mm-hmm. And once I grab the microphone, I would love to guide you guys in a micro exercise for you to feel what a true power of no feels like in your body. Because one thing is to say no with your mouth, but if you don't embody it, if you don't believe it, if you feel guilty, or you feel ashamed for saying no in your life, it's going to backfire, you guys. And I do not want to be of this service. And this is a podcast, so we'll do the best we can with the time that we have. And I hand you the microphone for you, love.
Thank you. Well, the topic for today is honest no. And as a student of the Academy in the beginning, that was one of the hardest topics we went through as students. And our students are actually experiencing a huge shift as they learn the honest no. And in my personal experience, it's that gut feeling when your gut says no, but your head says yes. Go with the no, because it's a true gift. It's a true gift to yourself. It's a gift to others. And especially here in Mexico, I think it's also something cultural that people cannot say no. And it's such a relief when you encounter people that are honest in saying yes and honest in saying no, so that everything flows in a natural way. Because if you say yes to something your gut says no to, things kind of don't move forward. Things kind of become difficult. It becomes a struggle, and that's where the honest no is such a blessing, such a gift, and I'm really grateful for that teaching. And also as a principle of transcendental rebirthing, it is something we practice every day, and it's something I teach my daughter. I teach people around me as well, and then one of the main teachings of the Academy is be honest with yourself. It's being true to yourself. It's something that comes back throughout our podcast. It's where you are true to yourself, where you honestly say no to something you really don't want to do or don't want to get into, a relationship that you're not feeling into 100%. It's a lot better to say no from the beginning than to go into something and then struggle to get out. Because in the end, the truth is that honest no is there. It will stay there until you honor it. So yes, I love the honest no and the honest yeses. I think it's one of the things that has helped me to be more truthful to myself and to the people around me. And in my experience, it helps me flow a lot better. And it's something that we practice in the Sheepless Life Academy, as you and I, Yvonne, as we pick up an idea, we sit with it, we let it rest, and we feel into it, and then one of us ends up saying, sometimes we end up saying yes or no, and that is something we truly honor, and I think it's very very healthy to be able to say no and to also accept a no from other people. And I've experienced that. For example, a couple of weeks ago, somebody was inviting me to a new project, and they kept insisting, and I said no. I said no repeatedly, and then I said, please accept my no. And then they totally accepted. Oh yeah, well, you're right. If you don't want to, there's no need to keep insisting.
If you don't want to, there's no need to. I like
yes.
that. I like that.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
wow.
It's something I'm really grateful for, and please go ahead. And I'm excited about the pib you're going to share with us in a minute.
Yeah, so just a macro exercise, but before that, I want to explain people. So it sounds, because we are aware, we've been practicing these, and you are open for feedback. I'm open for feedback back too. But for the people that have never listened, the honest no, why did we share the words honest and no? And why does the word honest comes first and after the no? Because the tool that I want you to use, and if you want to write it down, if you have a paper, if you are driving, no, just do it later. But it's the way that you are going to say no, and you want to, if you want to practice this, is with the word thank you before the no. Write it down, because this is so powerful. I'll guide you with that. The word thank you before the no is, I acknowledge that you are saying something to me. I acknowledge myself listening to you. I acknowledge that you and I may have different ways of seeing life. I acknowledge that you have a need, I have another need. Thank you. And then I say no. When people tend to, we were, it's not only Mexico. I heard you say Mexico. I've seen it all over the world. I've served so many people through the tools that I use in my life mission of helping people attain sustainable human transformation through the tool of transcendental rebirthing and futuring. And I use this element very strongly. And I've seen people from all over the world, no matter what culture, religion, tradition they are, it's so hard for them to say no. And so before we practice this, be aware that this comes from childhood. This comes from childhood. When you were going to say something, you were going to give your opinion. And what happened? What happened when you were going to give your opinion? Not all of the time.
They shut you up.
But most of the time. Not all of the time, but most of the time. You were told by your parents, by your teachers, no, quiet, wait till the recess is over, then you can speak. So our natural way to set boundaries hasn't been respected since we were a child. We had a different voice, and teenagers go through this a lot because, once they are teenagers and their hormones are all over the place and they need support and they need bonding, but they also want freedom. A lot of the parents are not prepared to receive the teenage years, and they have forgotten their own teenage years. And the first thing that comes is like is the parent saying no, but not accepting the no of the teenager in a safe manner. Usually teenagers get scared by our yelling or by our threats or by punishings that are not necessary. But so the first thing to understand that to be able to set a healthy boundary, The word no is a healthy boundary. That's the first definition I want to give. It's a healthy boundary that helps you. Forget about the other people that are telling you, do this, do that. That's secondary. The first duty of the no is to give a safety boundary to yourself. What am I going to say yes to? What am I going to say no to? And how do I feel about it? Number two, if I cannot say no, where did it come from? Because if I do not explore that, I am going to blame it and project it on my kids, on my spouse, on my beloved, on my friends, on my business partners. The moment I hear a word no from another person in my adult life, and I take it personal and I react, that moment shows me. And I recently did, I don't know, remember where, in all of the different channels and different projects. But when we react, it shows us that we are reacting from the past. And if we react to the no that someone tells us, or someone is reacting from the no that we tell them, they have work to do with their past, and we have to do work with our past. So, So the first thing is the no is not for the others. It's for yourself. Second one, find out where, if you have resistance or it's a challenge for you to say no, find out where is that resistance coming from? Where is that situation? Then you will find out, well, my mom kept telling that I couldn't speak. My dad didn't allow me to do this, or I went through things in life that were very challenging, right? That were super challenging, and I couldn't set a boundary. And so that's something that we need to begin to think about. I mean, we cannot do a whole podcast of the honest no. The honest no is a whole day training, and it's actually you're wearing the certification of transcendental rebirthing. Is during the whole thing is 24/7 that practice of that whole principle. Because first it's challenging for people, but once you begin to feel in your body your power of your own no, you begin to feel the power of slowing down too. Your pause and your ability to have peace in any circumstance in life, guys, it doesn't come what you say yes to. It comes what you say
no to. Absolutely.
You say no to react. You say no to please others so they don't react. You say no to situations, events, business things that just don't feel right to you. You have the ability to tell them, I made a mistake, I changed my mind. This morning I had a meeting with my business manager, and he's incredible. I hope one day we can bring him into the podcast in the future, because him and his wife, they've done incredible bestseller books. They are so eager to help the community, especially the Latin American family. They help a lot of people. But I had a business meeting with him, and he went over me and saying, Ivonne, you're using your money like this. You cannot use it like this. You cannot use it like that. You cannot use it like that. I was like, wow, thank you. And then he explained the benefits. When you don't use it like this, you will get the benefits in 9 months. When you don't use it like this, you will get the benefits in 3 months. And so I need the strong boundary in myself. I need the safety of a no so that I can say big yes to life. And Eckhart Tolle says something so wonderful that I consistently pass on into any student of Transcendental Rebirthing, which is one big yes to life. And this is going to be a paradox. Is the end of all no's. But what are these end of all no's? This is a paradox. You cannot access your big yes to life if you don't know your honest no.
Yes.
In the meantime, you are going to say no to yourself. That's the end of all no's that Eckhart Tolle is speaking about. Like, no, I cannot do this. No, I am not capable. No, I am a loser. No, who am I to bring a movement? No, who am I to ask for support? Those no's will end. You say yes to your life, and the honest no is born. What is it born for? For you to create safety and to be honest with yourself and others too. So, anything that you would like to share?
I just had
Epiphany.
Epiphany, yes, 20. There's a huge difference between healthy boundaries and limitations. And as you were sharing that the no's that we receive as children or as we are growing up are very often limitations, where they limit us, where they do not allow us to step forward, where we're not allowed to expand our possibilities. And there's a very thin line. I think as a mom, I'm thinking of how I'm educating my daughter. There's a very thin line about setting healthy boundaries and making that limitations. So it's a catch-24. It's something that we need to be really careful about. But yes, I understand that saying no comes from our own, and being honest to ourselves and going with that honest no when we really feel it sets healthy boundaries, but is not limiting our advances in life. And that is I think that's key to
Actually,
understand the
you're
difference.
really right. I love that. It's beautiful, Sebe. And I love, the power of no, an honest no, a thank you and no. Like Séverine, hey, Ivonne, do you want to go to this party in Cancun right now? Thank you and no. I don't have, my thank you and no is clean, is honoring, is respectful to myself, is respectful to her. If she needs an explanation, she will ask it from me. But it also helps me not explain and not excuse.
Yes.
Explanations and excuses eradicate and drain your power, guys. And so we don't have to do them. We don't have to do them. If people need them, they will ask them from us. Why are you late? Then you can say, you really want to know. Well, I woke up late. Why are you not here? I kind of don't feel like sharing with you. It's kind of private. So, it's at their own risk of people if they want our justifications and excuses. But you're honest, no, it's at the risk. It's at the risk because then we have another thing to work on in our personal power. But the ability to say thank you and no. Thank you is respectful. No is clear. With that, we don't need to say any more stuff. We don't waste your time. We don't waste my time. We move forward. I honor your life. I honor my own. And it's a beautiful thing to begin to find that the power of staying safe as an adult is in you. And that helps you rewire even your childhood stuff. And it's important to remember that our parents did the best they could with what they had.
Yes.
It's not a justification or an excuse. If they are adults, they always can do better. If you are listening to us, there is no such thing, well, this is all that I knew and nobody told me. If you have those phrases, darlings, those are excuses. No matter how old you are, we can always have the ability to change. I am not a believer of I cannot change. This is what my father told me. No, it's just a choice that you are doing. So, but when next time that you practice it, and if not, join the academy, guys. Only women.
Absolutely.
So join the academy because we have a whole module of that. Exercises, that has been one of the most challenging things for people. But once you begin to actually, you can even send me a message and practice it with me. I will tell you thank you and no. And then you can practice it with me. If I tell you, hey, you want to do this, thank you and no. Anyway, so we have I'll do a very quick exercise because we got to go to the podcast for Latin America in Spanish. And so just close your eyes, take an exhale out. This is not a meditation. This is an exercise of embodiment. Inhale through the nose. And with one of your hands, left or right, I don't care, put your hand in your solar plexus and now just breathe normally. And remember that last conversation that you had where you gave an excuse, a justification, or where you said a yes that you wanted to say a no. Could be your husband, your wife, your daughter, your son, your lover, your beloved, your children, your boss. Get in that position. See them in front of you. And in your mind, you're not going to tell them this. In your mind, you say, because I love myself and because I want to honor you. And now you imagine the same situation and you tell them, thank you and no. Instead of just no, nope, it's a no. The no without the thank you becomes defensive.
Yes.
The no with the thank you becomes grace. So say it again. In your mind, this is not something that you tell others because I really love myself or I'm in the journey of loving myself. And I'm in the journey of loving you or honoring you and honoring all human beings. And I want to be a woman or a man of honor. And I'm in this journey of creating a safer world. And now you imagine yourself telling them, thank you, and no. Take a deep exhale, inhale, and open your eyes. This is a very practical exercise. You can do it before a meeting. You can do it before a conversation with your children, your beloveds. This doesn't guarantees that this is going to be like lovey-dovey. But the more you practice it, the more you embody it. And the more you embody it, the more you own it. And the more you own it, the more safety you create. And your no becomes a field of possibilities rather than limitations, like Séverine told us, for yourself and for those you work with, serve with, and love. This is a planet that requires more harmonic cooperation rather than defensive structures or offensive techniques. And the Shipless Life is committed to contribute for that. And so we hope with this message was of service to you. We still have our offering. This last month is literally, you come to the Academy and you bring one friend for free. It's literally each of you can pay 50%, or it's 2 by 1, however you want to see it. It's literally you come, you bring one person for free, your mother, your sister, your best friend. And I urge you to sign up in this month, because on May, our tuition is going higher, and this is the last offering right now, so far that I'm aware of, because of the Easter time and the springtime. So join the Academy with that offering. Keep listening to us. Podcasts. We are on iTunes, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. You can sign up and get the emails right in your email box. We also have a free newsletter now that you can sign up in our Facebook page at Shipless Life Academy. It's super simple. All you have to do, and it's free, is just click a button at your email, and we do the rest of the job. We deliver one free newsletter every month, and with the special offers that only will come through the email. And we really urge you to join our Academy, women. We know that a lot of people have been wanting to join, but they're hesitating because in the future, and I recently announced it, we're going to begin the certification of the Shipless Life Coach. And This is a prerequisite. This is a requirement. And if you join the Academy, it's going to be far much easier for you to be able to become a Shipless Life Coach. And so that's all from me to everybody. And we have a free Power Measure process every week on IGTV. On Instagram comes the announcement. We have daily quotes, daily posts, daily contributions to create this world, a shipless world, a world of brilliancy, of honest yeses and honest nos. That's it.
That's it. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
Subscribe to this weekly podcast on iTunes, Google Play, or Stitcher. Share your thoughts with us on Facebook.com/Sheepless Life Academy and learn firsthand how to live a sheepless life with Ivonne and receive an exclusive in-depth masterclass at sheeplesslife.com.